Hi guys, Harry Yodas here, professional trader for 20 years. Started my career in 2005 and still going strong in 2026. So, as usual, picture of the S&P 500, or chart I should say. This is Thursday. This little candle here, indecision candle, basically hovering around the 685 range that we were speculating on because of Chop X. And that's it, a Groundhog Day. Basically, the war is ramping up, saber rattling, and we're still in the middle of Chop X. So let's get to the sentiment. No, sorry, the technical picture first. Yes, technicals. Nothing has changed from yesterday. Still hovering around this neutral, bouncy level between, let's say, 673 to 700. Okay. Let's bring in the moving averages. Yes, we're still trading below the 50, but as you guys know, I'm disregarding this right now in terms of bullish bearishness. I'm going more by the support and resistance on the chart. Okay, so even if we get above the 50, I'm not going to become bullish until we go above to new highs and close to new highs. And my neutral stance is still neutral since we are hovering in this 2, 3, 4 month range. Okay, you can even go back to here to October 2025. We're pretty much at the same level. Okay, so basically we're in neutral choppy territory, not just because of Chop X, but overall choppiness, up, down, up, down, up, down, directionless type of trading. Okay, now we can go to the sentiment. We have the CNN Fear and Greed Index, back to fear. Nothing has changed, down slightly. Momentum is still at extreme fear. We have some extreme greed, and the market breadth is picking up. So underneath the hood, it's looking pretty good. Yet the put call, everybody's buying puts. The volatility is still fairly high, etc., etc. So here, sentiment, nothing has changed. Fear. And on Thursday, we get the AAII Investor Sentiment Survey, which I like. And okay, the bears retreated. This is for the week of the 18th. The bears have retreated, still above the average of 31. They're at 36.9. And also the bulls have retreated. They're below average. They're at 34.5, and the average is 37.5. Okay, so basically we're still, it's the same story. You can tell like uncertainty is high. You know, here you can see here the neutral stance has been increased from 23 to 28. Basically leaning bearish, as what we would expect based on this chart. Everybody's still bearish at the highs. Okay, so it's not really adding much. Okay, and again, we're still waiting for these bears to disappear. Otherwise, the market's down move, I think, is limited. Okay, because we're already at fearful levels. So sentiment-wise, the AAII Investor Sentiment Survey confirms basically every sentiment survey, but it also confirms the feeling that you have as a trader for the past 2-3 months. It's choppiness. That's it, back into neutral. Okay, so we have technicals neutral. We have the sentiment basically slightly fearful, which is like exactly what the fear greed index is telling us. So that's it, no change. Still neutral, but I'm leaning bullish. I hope this market goes down next week because, as you know, Chop X is here, and we're probably going to finish around these levels. Okay, just to kill all the premium from the options that were bought, the call options that were bought here, and the put options that were bought here. We know that a lot of put options were bought because the put call ratio is still very, very high. Okay, everybody's scared of the war. Okay, so yes, today we did get a macro print, and that is the United States initial jobless claims. Last week it was 229,000, and now it dropped to 206,000. Further supporting our fundamental view that there is nothing to panic in this market as of yet. They're still hovering at these low levels. The economy is humming along slowly, limping along. People are still employed. They're not filing for unemployment. And, you know, technically we're literally at highs, close to it, and the sentiment is leaning fearful. So we have all of the backdrop of a wall of worry. Okay? So nothing has changed fundamentally. It fits our narrative. Everything fits in place perfectly. Okay? So let's get to the Groundhog Day. What are we talking about? Well, the war is still going on. There's saber rattling. Everybody wants to attack Iran. Not everybody. Trump. It's a very, very unpopular move by the people. If you poll the people, but the Trump administration really wants to attack Iran for some reason. So we have the same thing. We have gold. Look at first. It has a bid today. The closer we get to war, the closer it's bid. Okay. And again, I'm looking to re-enter this space, especially in the Chinese New Year ending. Not this Friday, not the 20th, but next Friday, the 27th, I will be looking to enter some plays in the gold and silver space. I really like the silver. It looks to me like it's bottoming out, even though it's very volatile. Okay, one candle here is like $4, $5 move. Okay, this candle right here is $5 move. This move is like, what is it? From 78, the low and the high were 76 and 77. So this is a small candle is like $1 move, whereas here it would be like cents. Okay, so we're still waiting for the thing volatility to come down, so we can enter more. But this is what I'm looking for next week, this week, maybe tomorrow, or early next week. I'm trying to enter this space. Okay, and I'll tell you guys how when I enter a trade. Okay, so that's the war, and we talked about Chop X. We have Chop X. We expect it to close around the 685 level. Okay, so really nothing has changed. It's literally Groundhog Day. Okay, we still haven't done anything. We're preparing. We like the setups, but we still haven't gotten triggered on anything. Okay, what I did like to talk about today is Bitcoin. It looks to me like if you look at Bitcoin here, like it's hovering near the lows. It's at 67,000. The 73K level is huge, goes here, and because it goes all the way back down to 2024, and the support here at 53 is all the way down at 53K. Okay, so you have a space here that's trading within 53K and 73K. But I like the fact that this is so negative. Okay? The sentiment is so negative that I'm starting to sense that we can get that rebound to 85.90 level. Okay, if you look at the negativity here, I found the CoinMarketCap crypto fear and greed index, and you can see here anything in the red is extreme fear, orange is fear, yellow is neutral, and green is greed, and super green, I guess, dark green is extreme greed. It's written here at the right, and you can see here we're trading at 11, which is extreme fear. Okay, whenever it goes there, it could stay here for a long time, but this has been going on since we were at fear and extreme fear for, what was this date? Okay, it's tough to see the dates, but at least a month, at least. Okay, so probably more. If you look at the chart, it's probably from here, after this capitulation, which was like in November, a couple months, 2-3 months of extreme fear. Okay, at least fear and extreme fear again. Okay, because I can see we double dipped. This first fear was probably that big catalyst that moved all the way down in November. Yeah, and here, what was the date? Since February, we have extreme fear of all the month of February. Okay, so this just shows us that it's not a timing indicator. It just says the sentiment going forward. The current sentiment, not going forward. But it just goes to show you that we are at extreme levels. I'm expecting a bit of a bounce. Everybody's short. Nobody cares about Bitcoin anymore. It's off the radar. It's negative press, and nobody's talking about it. This is why I want to play it, and I did. I did it through Mara. I still have the 10-15 call spread. Okay, I expect it to go into these levels, which is not that extreme. I mean, percentage-wise, it looks big, but if you look at the chart, it went down from 23-ish to 7. It's a bounce to 15 is not unreasonable, okay? And with the extreme negativity and basically the washed out level of this space, you could get a bounce. And it doesn't even have to break the bearish trend. Like if you see a bounce to 85, 90K still is bearish. The chart is not broken, like it hasn't transformed to bullish, okay, even with a pop. So I think that's what happens. I think a pop with Bitcoin now, even though it goes to like 85 to 90, will result in a huge pop in these miners, okay? I'm picking Mara, but there's many of them, okay? I think a big pop will go to 15, in which case, if it goes from $8 to 15, I'll be getting out of it, and that's it, because I just expect a pop from extremely negative sentiment, okay? So that's it, guys. Let's reiterate today. It's pretty simple. Groundhog Day, war and chop. Technical picture is still neutral. We're still trapped in this range, even though we're trading below the 50. It's exactly why we're trading below 50. So although when it's choppy like this, forget the moving averages. It's not really meaningful. Okay, so it just goes to show you that use your logic. Okay, this is like a choppy market caught between these two extremes. Okay, so The technical picture is neutral. The fear and greed index, fearful. The technicals are neutral, but the sentiment is really very, very fearful. Okay. And the AAII, yes, it shows it here. We have a lot of bears, more than the average, coming in for 2 weeks in a row when the market near highs and the bulls are starting to retreat. Okay, so we haven't solidified any kind of positive sentiment or bullish sentiment in this market whatsoever. And with every little drop, people are getting very fearful. That means people are expecting, a big crash. So when people expect a big crash, it usually doesn't happen. It happens, there must be some kind of catalyst. Maybe the war, who knows? But even war, it never really lasts long. It could be very, very brief. Okay. So we also had macro coming up, initial claims, 206,000. This is a paltry 206,000. I mean, the lowest we had this year was 192K, and this is almost like the second lowest, third lowest. Okay. So it's like nothing is breaking down on the macro front yet. Okay. So we have Chop X, which is probably going to stick around here. We have the macro looking good. We have sentiment fearful at the highs. All like warning signs or flags that the bias for me is to the upside. Okay, but we have to stay neutral, technically speaking. And we looked at Bitcoin. Well, before we get to Bitcoin, we looked at gold and silver, which I like. Gold is much better for me. I think it's going to stay much, much higher than silver, but silver itself will have a huge move. There's going to be a huge bounce coming. Okay, I don't know to where, but to me it looks like it's sort of like after this flush, everybody's out, and I'm waiting for the next move up. This is what I think. But it's catching a war premium, I guess, but it might take time. We don't know. I just want to get in before the Lunar New Year is over, because I think after that, March, April, May, we might get a bounce. Okay, so that's why I want to be in it. And we also had Bitcoin. Then we talk about Bitcoin. I like the setup. I just feel as a trader, okay? With the evidence on my side, we have a lot of extreme sentiment here with the crypto fear and greed index. It's at 11. That's almost a historic low. And we have the market basing out here, okay? So I expect, I'm willing to take a chance on a long position in Mara, okay? For a bounce between 10 and 15 is where I think it's going to go. 15, probably the upper end, which is this level right here, the support. The resistance. It looks like a big level going back here, here, and here. Okay, so to me, 15 might be the move if it ever pops up higher. Okay, just for an exhaustion, snapback rally, dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I just think sentiment is so bad that once a move happens and it goes above 73, we get boom momentum to push it up to the 85, 90 level. Okay, so that's it, guys. Hope you like what you heard and saw. Of course, please subscribe. It'll help with the YouTube algorithm. Like, of course, and leave a comment. I will answer them as fast as I can. So yeah, that's it. Groundhog Day, Chop X. Looking forward to Friday. I suspect we stop or get, we close the week around the 685-ish level around here. Okay, that's it, guys. Later.